were getting at is different kinds of draft picks and stuff like that they were talking about. When a format's new, especially, okay, this is kind of how you approach it. You look at the pack, you pick the best cards out of the pack, kind of, and you look at the cards you have in your deck already, and you pick the cards that go the best with your deck. And most of you are probably thinking, well, that's what a draft is. You know, you're looking at the cards that are available, and you're looking at the cards that you have, and that's what you're making your decision on. But really and truly, I don't even draft that way. I mean, to a degree, I do. But the main thing I do that they're talking about is I have like this vision in my head of like what I want my deck to look like at the end of it. Like once I've drafted Dominaria enough, I know like what I want my blue red deck to look like. So I might make a pick that even though it looks like one of the cards in the pack might go better with what I have, I think it's going to end up being something that's harder to get or something that's going to slot in a little better with what I'm hoping the optimal deck that I can get is going to look like. And I'm not able to do that with new sets. And that's really what I like doing the most. That's the like I like to learn all the shit and then draft it that way kind of. Which is weird. It's kind of fun to play at the new time, but right now I just find myself I don't know what my decks want to look like in the double masters. I'm just like, okay, this card, I think my decks have been okay, but I don't know like exactly what I'm doing. It's like I'll take these cards; they seem like they're pretty good, and the gameplay has been fine. It's good for a new set, but for me, I like this other shit where I've played it a lot and I can kind of like really, really piece it together. And it's like that for me with any new set. Like I didn't like M21 that much until I started it. It just so happened that not Theros, it just so happened that Ikoria, I found that cycling deck super early on. So I was able to win at the start more. But normally my win rate kicks in. Not that I do terrible. Yeah, you can show it, deck. Not that I do terrible at the start, but my win rate normally picks up as time goes on. And like another thing they're talking about, like if I'm not willing to draft every deck, like I can draft some of the decks or I have certain preferences or whatever. Like for instance, like a card like Demonic Embrace, like the 3/1 flying black card, like it's a good card. It's probably going to be the best card in the. I said sure. It's probably going to be the best card in the pack most of the time, but I don't like a lot of black combinations in M21. So I'm likely to take like a good green common or something. Oh, he wants to see my deck. Oh, I thought he wanted me to show him to show me a deck. Oh, I got you. Yeah, this makes more sense. My fault. Why didn't that work? Is it not T? There, not creatures. My fault. So, somebody's like, like let's say I take a Tyrannodon over the Demonic Embrace or something. And then I end up drafting green, and people are like, "Oh, you're forcing green or whatever." Really, the green card is what leaves me more open because I might draft green blue and be fine with that, or green white and be fine with that, or green red and be fine with that, or green black and be fine with that. But if I take the black card, it might be like, okay, well, I don't really like black blue, I don't really like black white, so I guess I'm going to try to draft black red, maybe black green if I have to. So it's really like certain cards don't leave me as open as I'd like to be. So what some people think is forcing, once I kind of know what I want to do in the format, now this is different because I just want to be blue red. But like when I take a green card in M21, it leaves me way more open. I kind of wince when I take that black card because it's like this might not work out because I don't have a lot of paths I'm willing to go down. But that podcast talks about a lot of the shit I think about, and it just like I naturally do. And you guys will ask me questions. I can't put it into words, right? The last two episodes I've really, really liked. They can kind of get a little wordy. I get a little wordy too, but there's some nice stuff in there about just kind of thinking about draft. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. I mean, I don't want to sit and like go over their whole stuff, but at the same time, I'm not one of those people that's just going to sit and like tell you the same stuff they said on their podcast without mentioning it, that it's from there, because it's a really good podcast. Again, that's Limited Level Ups. I've really liked the last two, like I said. Just felt like stuff that I've always tried to convey, and I haven't been able to convey it super well. But anyways, that's enough celebrating. I don't know if anyone's what's he doing. Oh, Raphael Levy is drafting Dominaria. You guys are in for a treat. Fresh off the top eight at the Pro Tour, we're going to pop right in. And he was number one last season for quite a while. I don't think he ended up there, but he had a good stint at number one. He's a very good player. Night, night.